Okay, this is the first digital daily of the week. Enjoy the videos. Powerful, your own form setup. Talk to you later. Great day to you good people. This is Mr. James Dickens of CreateOnlineBusiness.com. What we're doing today is talking about setting up vanilla forms. Right? You want your own form set up on the internet. So let's get busy with it. Let's click on the link and it brings us to the site itself. It's called vanillaforms.org. And it has a paid version, and then they had the free. I work with the free, and what I do is, like, I'm letting members know I can help you set up your own. Once I set mine up, then I can turn around and help you. Now, if you want to get somebody to do it for you, you click on the 30-day free trial, and you can see different prices. They use $99 a month, $199 a month, $599 a month, or $1,199 a month on setting up the same program that I'm using right now. So when you set them up yourself, you in charge. Okay, so it's amazing. So either you have the money to pay someone to do it for you, or you can just do it yourself. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so I just want to put this up here, and the sample of the first video is up under this video, and the link to join the membership site, the free and pay, is up under this video as well. Have a good awesome day. This is the Daily Digital Vanilla Forms. It's open source. That means anyone can use it. But if you want to set up on your own, you can, or you can have someone do it for you. Have a great awesome day, and I will see you in the next digital daily. Check out the rest of the video. Bye. Create an onlinebusiness.com. Download, edit, offer.
In this video series, I'm going to show you how you can use vanilla forums to set up your own forum community. Now, a great thing about using vanilla forums is that it is not complicated like many forum platforms are. It's quite simple to get everything set up, yet it is very powerful. Now, let's go down here. There are two different flavors of vanilla, if you'll pardon the pun. There are a hosted vanilla series, where you can just go here. If we get a hosted community forum, there are different plans here. So we have a small group. Okay, so $49 a month or $500 a year. Advanced, enterprise, and VIP. Okay, and you can see all the different things you get here. However, that's not what we're going to talk about. What we're going to talk about is the open source. So we have free download. You host it, you optimize it, you break it, you fix it. But you do get all of the same features that you get in the paid version. So what we're going to do is we're going to install this. Then I'm going to show you how to set it up, how to use the add-ons, and how to change the theme and so on. So in this video, the first thing we're going to do is get it installed. So what you want to do is go and get the file you need. So we're just going to download the core for vanilla. So if we just roll down here, you'll see down here latest stable version download is this one at this moment. That could change. And then here you'll see system requirements. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go in here and have a look at the system requirements. So PHP 5.2.0 or newer. And you'll see everything that it needs in here. Okay, now if you're using HostGator, then you're going to be okay. I know that it works in HostGator, so just make sure that you meet the minimum requirements. Most hosts probably do. There's nothing special here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to download version 2 here. So you can put your email in and join the newsletter if you want. I'm just going to download. And then it will begin, and we can just go to the folder. You'll see that down here it is downloading. So I'm just going to go to the folder now that it's done, and we'll go from there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the zip file we just downloaded, and I'm going to right click on it, and then you can do extract all. This is a built-in feature into Windows. I use a program called 7-zip that you can download for free. This is much faster. I like it better. So I'm going to do it with 7-zip. So I just click there, click OK. and it downloads it, or it unzips it. Okay, so now when we go in here, these are all of the files that we have for the vanilla forum. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go and create a database. This is all driven by a database, so you're going to need to make a database on your server for it. So I'm going to log into my cPanel. I use cPanel hosting. You may use a different type of hosting, but you will be able to create a database in there. So we're going to go ahead and do that using cPanel. If you're not using cPanel, you just use the database tools that you have there. Okay, so I'm going to go and log in now. Okay, now I'm going to go down to where it says databases, and I have a database wizard here, so I'm going to go in there. And all I got to do is put the name of the database I want in here. So I'm going to say TST or TSTV. So that's abbreviation for test vanilla, TSTV. All right, so we'll click next step. Okay, now we need to create a username and password for the database. I'll call it the same thing, but you can call it anything you want. Okay, and then a password. It's a good idea to use the password generator. It'll generate a password for us. So I'm going to copy this and click I have copied this to a safe place. We'll use the password. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Notepad to keep some notes here as we go. Okay, so in here I put DB name, which is my database name, username, and password. So there's my password that I just copied to my clipboard. I'm going to copy it out here because we're going to need it in a sec. Okay, now I'm going to create the user using those settings. And then we want all privileges here. Click next step. Okay, so here is the username. So I'm just going to copy that and put it in my notepad. Now in this case I happen to make them the same, but if you didn't, you get the summary screen here, and you can just take this string and copy it in here. Okay, so there we have it. We have the database information there. We have the database all set up. Now all we need to do is upload the files. So of course you're going to have a hosting account and a domain name before you do this. I've already got that. So I'm about to host my forum. I'm going to go to a program called FileZilla that I like to use. FileZilla is free. You can download it for free from the internet. Just do a search on Google. And with this, you can upload files to your server. So let's open FileZilla here. Okay, so on the left side here, I've navigated to where my files are. And here is the vanilla core. So we go inside here. This is what we need to upload to our computer. And then what we need to do is connect to our server. So what you do in host here is you put in your domain name and then the username and password you have for your server. Now you also have something called a site manager, and if you go into site manager you can set them up so you don't have to go through this every time. You can set up your sign-in information, just go to the site manager and log in. Okay, so I'm going to log into my server now. Okay, so now that I've logged in, I need to navigate to where my files need to be uploaded to be seen on the internet. In HostGator servers, it's usually public_HTML if you're on a shared server. If it's an add-on domain, you'll see a slash here. So just be aware that you need to upload your files to the spot where you will be able to see them on the internet. They're not all accessible for people on the internet. Okay, so an add-on domain, which this is on my server, just goes into this backslash here. Okay, so what you want to do now is upload our files. Now, before we do that, we need to create a folder on this side. So let's create a folder or create a directory. And what we're going to call this one is my forum. Now you could also upload this to the root directory, meaning that when you key in the domain name, it'll go straight to it. But I want my forum in a subfolder. Okay, so what I want to do now is go to my forum and then double click and go inside there. Now on this side, we want to select them all. So if you put your mouse on one, do Control A, it will select them all. Then we'll do right click and upload, and all those files will go up. Okay, so now we need to wait for that to finish. Okay, so now we have everything uploaded here. You'll see that we have successfully transferred 947 files. So that's how many are in this version of the install. Now all you have to do is go to the folder on the web. So I'm going to key in my domain name / my forum, and it'll bring up the installer. Okay, so here's the install screen. Okay, so database host. Localhost oftentimes is right, but you can find that on your server or in your cPanel or whatever you're using by going to phpMyAdmin. So let me just show you that here. Okay, so right where your databases are, go to phpMyAdmin. And you'll see right in the top left up here, it says localhost. So that's going to be the name of your database host. Okay, so in my case, that's correct. Next, we need the database name, user, and database password. Now we have all that right here. This is why I put it in Notepad. Okay, so in my case, I can put database name and database user the same. Database password is here. I'll paste that in. Okay, now you start putting in some of the user information. So your application title, it says Vanilla 2, but this is the title, and you can change these later as well. Okay, so I'm going to put here beach volleyball. Okay, the admin email, admin username, and admin password. So, and then confirm the password, and that's all there is to it. Just set these things up. Now remember, your login is going to be your admin username, which we're going to get to after we go through here in a bit. So make sure you take notes of your admin username, and password. Okay, so let's continue here. Okay, and at this point, we are installed. Okay, and you can visit your site here. This is just a skeleton of what it looks like. So as you see, there's nothing here, but we are installed. In the next video, we're going to start setting up our forum.
Create an onlinebusiness.com, download, edit, offer.